Say Drake. I hear you like I'm young. Yo, Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Philly, y'all. Shout out to Philly. I mean, y'all did actually really shout out to my boy Jahan Dotson. We drafted him 3-4 years ago now. And he has been a commander 3 of the 4 years that he has been in the league. And now my boy is a Super Bowl champion. I love Jahan Dotson. He was one of my favorite wide receivers that we had. It hurt me to send him over to Philly, but I'm happy that he got the win. Devontae Smith, been a fan of him since Bama. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. He's dope. Yeah, I mean, the ones that I like on Philly. But shout out to my people that watch me, my friends and my fam down here in the comments that are Philly supporters and fans. So shout out to y'all. Y'all got y'all Super Bowl championship. Y'all dominant win. Yeah, proving that y'all the number one defense in the league. That's what it is. So shout out to y'all. I ain't no hater, as y'all see. I couldn't care who won. I could not care less who won, but I'll take them over the racists. So yeah, enough of that. We are here for Baddies. Lex fans, the ones that don't like me, you shouldn't be watching me to begin with. But if you are watching me, you might want to click off because I'm not biting my tongue. I'm just like Kendrick Lamar. I stand on business. So I got some thoughts for her with her clownery in this episode. But yeah, if y'all are new here, please subscribe. Please do that. We are on the road to 10K. Please thumbs up the video. Get in the comments. I know y'all will. I don't have to tell y'all. But enough of that. We are prolonged. It is 11:07. I'm trying to get this done so I can get into bed. But I will see y'all on the other side. Let's go. All right, so we get back to Jela. I don't give one motherfucking fuck. What you saying, bitch? You already know. But Tinkerbella pretty much says, like, we all know that Jela has a broomstick up her ass. That's just Jela, and that's what makes her unique. The broomstick up her ass thing, calling her stuck up and yada, yada, yada. We're going to get into it later on. But it's funny because, I mean, a lot of people that I know, including myself, have gotten that moniker or that reputation because, like I said, I'm the type of person when you first meet me, I give like 2-week trial periods. If I don't really have a good read on you, people gonna call me stuck up. People think sometimes that I'm unapproachable because I just don't move in a way that I'm super inviting. But we'll get to it later on. But it just really depends on the type of person that you are. If I get natural reads and good energy off of you, then I'll probably open up a little bit more. But if I don't see it for you, I don't see it for you. And there's no problem. There's no issue with that. But we'll get to it later on. But Jayla ends up saying that she don't care what Summer thinks. She's not stuck up. Jayla also then says that she don't give a fuck because Summer is trashy, classless. And what you think about her is not my business. Everybody got opinions just like they got assholes. Where's the lie? Who cares? Like, and what she said about Summer is true. Like, Summer moves very trashy and classless. But Jayla also says, I'm the most lit bitch. Summer says, show me, acting like Emma. Jayla said what she should have said. I ain't got to show you shit. I don't have to prove anything to you. You are a weird bitch. Like, literally it. But Jayla told her to shut the fuck up, was out talking her. Summer has not been shut down like this verbally. Like, Jayla was owning her. Like her or not, you have to admit that she definitely was shutting her up. Summer couldn't get... Granted, some people will want to say that Summer was trying to get under Jayla's skin, and she did succeed with it. But Jayla gave her what she was asking for. You wanted that, so you got it, but you just couldn't handle it because you... The difference between Jayla and a Summer, when you have vernacular, vocabulary, extensive vocabulary, where you actually know how to talk, you can out-talk somebody who only says the same thing over and over again, as Summer does. Run me that, or clock it, or like what she said she said broomstick probably 15 times. If you took a shot every time she said broomstick, you probably would be drunk. Like, Summer ain't, when you don't have it up here, you go back to the same thing that you think is going to hit, and then it starts to get annoying. But Jayla said that I'm not going to go out of my way to be friends with no bitch. Like, what's the issue with that? She don't have to be friends with her. But Natalie ends up saying that we have to go get ready for the booking. She also lets him know that there's a boxing ring at this booking, and Jayla tells Summer, get your sneakers because I'm whooping your ass. And Natalie ends up saying, like, whoever wins tonight is staying, the other one is going home. We all knew that was bullshit. But on the sprinter, the new girls, they're on the sprinter. Jazz, she looked good in that confessional with her black and her blonde hair. It looked good. But she says, I'm sitting back anticipating this fight because I know what's about to happen. She about to get her ass whooped. Talking about Summer. And Lex, she ends up saying that she feel. I started typing this. I don't know if it was y'all, but I've noticed that Lex cannot finish a thought. When she starts talking, she cannot finish a thought. She said, and I started writing it down, trying to get it verbatim. She said, I feel like Jela came in like a little like said she doesn't talk to who she doesn't feel comfortable with. Even after our situation, I was like, what's the point? Where are you going with this? But she also then says that Jayla had different energy with Summer than she did with her. And I'm like, what? Dolly, being real, said Jayla has not ducked any smoke. She's just a bougie hard bitch that is just not friendly. There's no lie told. Dolly told the truth. And what did Lex do in the background? Sitting there smiling. Yes, she stood pretty much saying like, yeah, she stood in the paint with you. Basically, yeah, because what you're trying to say is not true. She's trying to make it seem like Jayla picks and chooses, saying that she had a different energy with Summer than she did with Lex. No, she didn't. Like, granted, she wasn't yelling at you, but she definitely was talking to you with the same energy that she was talking to Summer. Like, when you came addressing her, she told you, if it's smoke, it's smoke. It is what it is. If you have an issue, do something about it. That's essentially the same thing. Only difference is she didn't even tell Summer that she was like it was smoke. She only said that after Natalie told them they was gonna have to fight. Like, so what are you even talking about? But she's sitting there smoking. And then the thing is too that got me, she said, Lex said that Jayla said that she had never lost a fight. I said, oh, so that's the real issue. Your fan is showing. Like, the fact that you are a real fan is shown. You couldn't hide it by saying that, because how would you know that? Like, how would you know that? Because so far this season, Jayla hasn't been saying that in real time. The only way that you would know that is because she said that in the past, or not only that, you've been watching her to know that she has not lost a fight until later on not later on. She lost it earlier in the season with Ivory. The fight that y'all had was not a fight. Neither one of y'all lost because y'all didn't connect on each other. So the only fight that Jayla's lost this season was with Ivory. But I said just admit, Lex and Summer just need to admit that they just want to be friends with Jayla, and they're mad because Jayla doesn't want to be friends with them. That's what the issue is. That's just really what it is. But Dolly was sitting there laughing. And Jayla, she's telling her sprinter that she's not playing any games. She said, I ain't picked with Summer. So it's just like, what is the issue? Like, I don't have to be your friend. As long as I'm being respectful, that's all I owe you. She said, I'm nice, but I'm not friendly. I just don't want to talk to you. And oh, well, where is the lie? Everything she said is true. She has not bothered anybody, which is the point that I want to make for a lot of y'all that don't like her. Like we made on the live last week. People did not like Jayla last season. The majority of the things that people were saying is that she was doing too much. Now she's on the season not doing anything, staying behind, not doing anything. Now she's so boring. So I guarantee you now people are going to start saying she's doing too much, but you can't say that. Just say that y'all just don't like Jayla. Because if she's doing too much and giving y'all entertainment, she's doing too much. But if she's sitting here not doing anything, she's boring. Like, y'all don't know what y'all want from her. But Jayla says it is what it is. But Natalie's sitting there being messy, talking about she can't, like, tonight is going to be a good night. She can't wait to see them fight. But we get a montage of them getting ready. The confessional that Dolly premiered this episode, this was not it. I did not like all of that was going on. She's a beautiful girl, but I did not like all of what was going on. We got a Tasiki sighting. She is here this episode. But they head to the booking. Lex is pretty much asking Summer how she's feeling about getting ready for the fight. And Summer says, like, she's ready to take the win and get her chain. I said, delusional if you think you're going to take a win. But Summer ends up saying that she is ready to beat Jayla with that broomstick up her ass. I said, how many times are you going to say it? How many times are you going to say the broomstick? Like, we get it, the broomstick. It's no longer funny. Like, it really wasn't even funny the first time, but it's not funny the more you say it. But Summer ends up saying the only reason that Jayla wants to fight is because the truth hurts. I said, no, the only reason why Jayla wants to fight you is because Natalie is forcing y'all to fight. Essentially, she said, whoever wins or loses, whoever wins stays, the one who loses goes home, even though we know that's not going to happen. But Summer says that she wanted to get to know Jayla, but she's standoffish and a bitch, and she's stuck up. I said, what I just told y'all earlier, the stuck up narrative, just say you're mad because she does not want to talk to you. She does not want to be your friend. Saying she's stuck up because she's a bitch and she's standoffish, she just does not want to be around you. She don't have to like you. She don't have to talk to you. She don't. Like, calling people standoffish, just say that you're mad because she's not your friend. Like, that's just really what it is. But Summer says that nobody said they wanted to get to know Jela because that's why. And Nunu ends up asking the rest of the girls on the bus, who does anybody else feel that way? Jasmine and Paula said, no, we like Jela. Like, there's a difference. Like, Paula and Jasmine, they move with a different type of energy than Summer does. Summer gives off gutter butt. Jasmine definitely gives off the same vibe that Jela does. Like, she's about her business, has her shit going on, has motion, has class. Paula can get out there, but Paula carries herself to a higher standard. Yes, she will fight, but on a normal day, Paula is chilling. Paula is cool. She's funny. She seems very exciting to be around. Whereas Summer is always starting shit with people. And she moves in a way that's very childish for a 28-year-old woman. 28. Crazy. Because you would think she was 22. Like, if she was 22 years old, I wouldn't say it's acceptable, but you could look past it. But if you're 20, you're knocking on 30, acting like this. But Lex ends up saying that she's not the biggest fan of her. Lie, you are. And says that she's standoffish. I'm like, you literally started an issue with her. You came on the show starting an issue with this woman, defending a woman that she spent all season fighting because that woman, who is white, continued to say nigga around Jela, a black woman who asked her nicely the first time, you're not black, you can't say that. Gretchen says, I don't give a fuck. That's why Jela hit her and told her, every time you say that shit around me, I'm going to hit you. Every single time. And guess what? Every single time she said it, Jela decided to swing. And anytime she wasn't saying anything, saying nigga or anything, Jela was not bothering her. That's why this bullying narrative that y'all want to go around saying, it makes no sense. Because if you go back and watch that season back, Jela left that girl alone when she wasn't saying nigga. That's the only time. When she did, that's when she did it. But, yeah, and then not only that, you're defending somebody as a black woman as well, Lex, even though it seems like she wants to... She don't want to fully claim that, but you're defending somebody who is going against everything that Jayla stands for. Like, why would she want to be friends with you? And then you came on here picking with her, and then y'all just fought. Why would she want to be cool with you? Like, I don't get Legs. But Natalie and her crew, they're on the sprinter, and Natalie's pretty much telling them about the setup for the boxing and the booking. So they get to the booking. Jayla sees the boxing ring. She's a little bit nervous having a fight in front of people. Summer says she's ready to get in the ring, talking about how Jayla's not fucking with her, mentioning that broomstick again. But we got the Gecko, a.k.a. the CEO. He is on the mic introducing the girls. They're on the stage, hyping the crowd. They're performing. Dolly looked good, though. She didn't look good at... Well, I ain't gonna say she didn't look good in that confessional. The hair and the makeup look, it just wasn't her best one. But she looked good in that club. But Jayla and Summer, they're heading to the boxing ring, and Jasmine notices it. And Jasmine been cracking me up this whole episode. She said, I noticed that they was going to the ring, and I can't wait to see Summer get torn up. But they get in the ring. They put the headgear on, buffs and gloves. They ready to go. Biggie getting on the mic, trying to coach somebody on how to fight. Talking about something, get your head up. You never fight with your head up, so it's rich coming from you. But the point was valid because Summer was in there windmilling, and Jayla, this is the Jayla I want to see. Like face shots, head shots, uppercuts. Jayla was hitting her with a right and a left, just connecting. I said, that's the Jayla I want to see fighting at all times. She wasn't blocking with that left hand. She was actually using it. I said, good. This is what I want to see. And this is why I want them, the girls in the future, I want them to do this more often. Because you can see who really can fight. Because when you box, you can't grab hair. You have to literally punch. And if you can't punch, you're not going to win. If somebody else can punch, you're really not going to win. But Tasiki was dapping Jayla up. The slow-mos that they showed of Jayla just cleaning house, connecting to her face. That one that she really popped Summer, I guess Summer came up from having her head down. And she was looking Jayla dead in the face. And Jayla came and went, boom, stuck her right in her sheet. I was cracking up. But the crowd knows that Jayla won. They did like a fan vote. Summer got no energy. Jayla got a lot of energy. But Summer, she's talking about how she ain't going nowhere. She's still going to get her chain. We know you're not going nowhere. But Natalie, she ends up saying there's another match. It's some random girls that's in the audience. Big girls. Jasmine cracking me up again. She said both of them they are not small bitches and they both got some meat on their bones, which they do. But them big girls, they was in there getting down. The one with the white on, she was tearing her up. But some of the girls was leaving mid, and I'm talking about the girls on the show, were leaving mid-fight. Natalie, she then decides that she wants to play Stunna Girls music for the fans. I started laughing because I'm like, Natalie is being messy. Granted, the fans could have possibly been chanting that. Legend, you let me know because Legend was actually there. But regardless, I feel like Natalie did this to be messy. Like, she did. Because if I'm remembering correctly, around this time, I feel like Natalie was online saying that a lot of the girls were boring. So Natalie is meddling and producing to try and get some shit going. So I don't doubt that Natalie did this to get Biggie mad. But Biggie is mad, of course. Like, she literally played right into Natalie's hand, which, Biggie, you're too old to be getting bothered by other... Like, what's about to happen is true. But Biggie gets mad because Natalie played the music saying Stunna done bashed you and your family and your network, and I've been sitting here rocking with you for 4 seasons. This is why I don't like her. This is why I don't like Biggie, and I've said it since Caribbean. Biggie knows that Natalie does not fuck with her. Natalie brings you on every season to embarrass you. You should know that by now. You've been on the show, as you said, for 4 seasons. The same shit happens every time you come on the show. You always end up getting embarrassed by Natalie because Natalie knows that she can do it to you. That's why I don't like Biggie. I don't like people that don't stand up for themselves, lack self-awareness. That is all Biggie. Biggie is a loser. Like, she is literally insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. She keeps coming back expecting a different Natalie. Natalie has been the same Natalie since Natalie debuted on TV. The only difference is she has a hood persona now. She has always been this messy, shady bitch. Like, I don't know why you are expecting anything different. But Biggie, she's going off on Natalie now. And Natalie says it's never personal, it's always business. Which is true when it comes to Natalie. Yes, she does have all these beefs and stuff, but I truly don't believe Natalie really takes them to heart. She knows doing this stuff, drumming this stuff up is going to get clicks and revenue for her, which she's smart. Business-wise, Natalie is smart. She's flexing it, though. If you really want to talk about it, Natalie went to USC. She was on a soccer and a track scholarship, but I know she got a degree in business. This is business 101. She knows how to market herself. She knows how to get traction her way, which is true. Natalie might be a lot of things, but when you say businesswoman, she's not lying. She is that. She knows how to get money. But Biggie, she's walking out press, which is embarrassing. And Natalie gets on the mic and says, Biggie, where the fuck you going, bitch? She said, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bitch. Tomorrow, be ready to get your fat ass whooped, bitch. She shut up. You know she loves bitch. She said, shut up talking to me, ho. I started laughing. It was hilarious. But Tink ends up saying that she thinks, she said pretty much what I was just saying, like Biggie walking out, you're that mad that a bitch's music is playing. Like, that's embarrassing. It is. But the next day, we get the OG sprinter. Biggie's wanting to address Natalie about everything that's going on. And she said, like, I feel like we should have this conversation between us OGs and the celebrity guest, which is Jaden. Akbar was nowhere to be found. Why is she even here? Why is she here? But Tommy gonna get her out soon, so I'm cool about that. But Biggie ends up saying, like, I want to have this conversation with the OGs and not in front of the new girls so that we can kind of essentially have a united front when we're around them. So Natalie ends up saying, like, if you had an issue because you don't fuck with Stunna Girl, I won't do that. Jaden in her confessional says, typical Biggie worried about the next bitch. Where's the lie? But Natalie ends up saying that she wouldn't play it if she knew it was going to bother her because she ain't that type of bitch. I said cap. Because that's exactly why you did it, Natalie. That's exactly why. But Jela, because they going back and forth. Jela said, let's wrap this shit up real quick. And Jela is real because she checked both of them. She said Biggie was wrong for addressing you in public, even though her feelings were valid. But Natalie was wrong for taking it too far and getting on the internet talking shit. So, and she ends up saying too, like, we're essentially all not going to all get along. All of us here, we're not always going to get along, but keep that shit in the house. Like, don't be doing this shit in public. Where's the lie? Real. But the very next morning, Dolly, Summer, I don't think it was the next morning, actually, it's still the morning. But Dolly, Summer, and Lex, they're outside in the backyard walking around talking about the fight, saying that Summer did her big one. I said, did she? But Nunu and Paula, they joined them, and Paula cracked me up saying in her confessional, saying, she trying to see if Summer needs help packing her bags because she definitely got her ass beat and she need to go home. I died laughing. But they tell her, or they're telling them about them talking about the fight and whatnot. And Summer saying win, lose, or draw, she's still going to turn up. And she had a great time. We know she will. But they then start talking about Biggie and Natalie because they saw it on the blogs. Because those girls left, essentially, besides, I think, Lex and maybe Jasmine and Pretty P. But Lex ends up saying that Biggie was mad about Natalie playing the Stunna Girl song. And she guesses that they have beef. I said, not you guess. You know damn well that Biggie and Stunna Girl had beef because you are a fan of the show. Talking about, I guess. You know. But she's like, I guess it all went up from there. They end up saying, you should never show anybody that you're that bothered. That is the truth. You should never let anybody see that you are bothered by them. Even if you are bothered, suppress that. Don't ever let somebody see you sweat. Like, what? But Lex ends up saying that Biggie had no right to be upset because it's just music. That is true. But she then says, Stunna's not worried about you, so why the fuck are you worried about her? That white girl that says nigga is not worried about you. So why are you on the show fighting her battles? Same thing can be said about you. But Summer, she ends up saying there's a time and a place, and I did all that because I know her fans is about to get down here. A hit dog is going to holler, and they going to be hollering. Y'all know they've been hollering all season. I don't care. Stand on business. Kendrick Lamar style. But Summer ends up saying there's a time and a place. Check it after the money. Get the money. Do it behind closed doors. That is true, but Summer, we'll see if you stand on that too. But she ends up saying that she'd never fuck up the money. People talking about me, but I would never do what Biggie did. But Dolly ends up saying that she don't understand why Biggie tripped out about being so bothered about somebody else's music. I had to say it. But Natalie and her crew, they get to the house to get with the girls for a meeting before they leave to go to St. Louis. Ivory's at court, so she's not there. But Paula said, handle whatever it is that y'all got to handle so we can go to the next city. She like, wrap the shit up. I'm tired. So Natalie sits him down and says, I expect the OGs to have a certain level of respect for me. And she tells Biggie, you're not riding on the jet. Essentially, you got demoted. You'll be on the bus. And Biggie ends up saying that she don't mind going on the bus. Anna says that she'll join her. Natalie says, no bitch is going to bother me enough to stop me from playing their song. Nobody has ever had enough power to move me like that. And I said, that's real. It's real. And it's true because we all saw when her and Summer was going, Stunna Girl was going back and forth. Natalie was in the club getting her life to Summer's Stunna Girl's music. Even though we all know the running joke is that Natalie wants to be Stunna Girl. But Biggie, she ends up saying that she'd never do that to her and felt like that was a no. Summer butts in and says that you weren't even on her mind. She did when she did what she did. I said she was though. Natalie definitely was doing that to get her riled up. Let's be for real. But Summer says she's sick of Biggie thinking that she's on bitches' minds. And Natalie ends up saying, like, you don't want to play with me. I can bring everybody's ops in and I'm not doing that. We all know that can be true. But Scotty, being real, said in her confessionals that Natalie be picking and choosing because if it was her that did that shit, Natalie would have different energy for it. That is true. We all know that. We all know that. But Natalie then says that Tink and Lex will be joining her on the jet. Of course, Lex is geeked the fuck out. Geeked out. But Natalie, she then asks if anybody else has anything they want to get off their chest. And Rollie ends up saying, what about the boxing match with Jela and Summer? Jela says, yeah, you said whoever lost got to go home, and Summer lost. Summer says, but you're the loser because you're still mad. Jela says, I wasn't mad at you before the fight or after the fight. Summer says, but you're the one that's bothered with the broom up your ass. Jayla said, the one that I beat you with. I said, exactly. But it's funny because you're the one that's bothered. You're bothered by Jayla being stuck up. AKA, you're bothered by Jayla not being your friend. You're the one mad, Summer. You are. Jayla she didn't have an issue with you. Yes, she thinks you're classless because you are. But you're the one that you're the one picking with her. The only reason why you did it was because Natalie had told Jayla she was up for elimination for being boring. That's why you have an issue, Summer. Like, let's be for real. But Jayla says Summer just want to start with her, and it's true. But Jasmine cracked me up in this. Jasmine arrives, and everybody's like, they mad because she late. And Tasiki said what I was thinking, like, everybody mad because Jasmine walked up looking cute. Like, you mad because she's late? Like, what is this? Natalie ends up asking her where she's been and why is she late. And she said, I had to go. I'm just trying to go to the post office. I said, boss shit. Like, she probably was out here trying to run her business while she on the show. That's the difference between Jasmine. That's why I say Jasmine's a baddie. She is a baddie. Y'all want to say she's not a baddie and don't deserve a baddie chain? Yes, she do. Yes, she do. Just because she don't be out here doing the most like Summer, just because she can't fight like Legs, does not mean she's not a baddie. She's a baddie in a different way. She's beautiful. She know how to dress. She always look good. She will fight when it's brought to her. She don't be starting shit with nobody. And she funny. And she got her own motion. She got her own money. And don't say, oh, it's because she's friends with Cash Doll. It don't matter. She ain't mentioned Cash Doll all season. Y'all the ones mentioning it more than her. And she can't help the fact that her friend is Cash Doll. She can't help that. Like, Cash Doll is Cash Doll. And Cash Doll wouldn't surround herself with people that are not like that. Which is proof that Jasmine is that girl. But Jasmine ends up saying, so all that was for nothing. Pretty much talking about, like, Summer not leaving. And, I skipped it. Because Natalie says, I felt like you was lying about going to the post office. And Summer ends up chiming in saying that I do too. Jasmine paused because she was looking at Natalie. She paused and looked over at Summer. Why are you still here? I was like, exactly. And Jasmine ends up saying, like, so all that was for nothing? Like, y'all just fought for nothing? Next time you say somebody going home, I just won't believe it. Exactly, you shouldn't. But Slim comes up looking decent for her. From what we've seen so far, this episode and last episode is the best she's looked. But Natalie's talking about, here comes Rollie's assistant, and Slim said, no. Slim is no longer claiming that shit, as you should. But Rollie, I cannot stand this woman, but she cracked me up here. She said Slim looked like a GTA Grand Theft Auto prostitute. Died laughing because she did. The way she was dressed, she looked just like one. But Rollie said after today, Slim is not her assistant. Slim's sitting there dancing because she's excited. Rollie says, you're fired. And she then says to tell Natalie to pull up her camera phone. So she's pulling up her phone, showing a video of Slim out here partying and stuff. Slim said, it was my first night. Like, of course, I'm going to go out and get turned up. I'm not about to be up your ass. Like, I'm having a ball. As you should, Slim. But Natalie is talking about how she's out of dress code. Slim said, no, I'm not, because I'm not her assistant. Exactly. But Rollie ends up saying, oh, well, she thinks she's a baddie. She's not going home. She then ends up saying, too, like, I'm going to allow her to stay here and have her last meeting. Lex sitting right next to Rollie, watching her do all this. But this is the one that's supposed to be about anti-bullying? Okay. You want to talk about picking and choosing? Why don't she have the same energy that she had with Jela, with Rollie, who has been bullying Slim, and Summer bullying Slim in her face and said nothing about it? Y'all don't want to clock that about y'all girl. But they get on the bus to go to St. Louis. The new girls, Anna and Biggie, on the bus. And they're talking about going to St. Louis. Dolly is excited. She said if it's not ghetto and ratchet, I don't want it. They end up asking Nunu and Anna where they stand. And essentially they both agree to have this conversation. Nunu is debating on if she wants to get up and sock Biggie. I think you should. But Summer ends up saying what Anna and Biggie did to Nunu was fucked up and they owe her an apology. And they do. It's true. But Nunu ends up saying Biggie didn't have to hit her. And Biggie says, I'm not going to apologize because when I first hit you, I felt like I wasn't wrong. You was wrong. And I was like, Nunu, get up and hit her now. But Biggie says, like, I didn't sneak you. You knew I was coming. No, she didn't. Just like Nunu said, I was looking at Anna because I was expecting Anna to come. I wasn't expecting you to come because me and Anna was going back and forth. Me and Anna had beef before you. You, the one that had this beef with me, for whatever reason. Granted, I feel like Nunu should have been ready to hit Biggie for sneaking her in that house in Caribbean. But you, Nunu and Anna had the beef, not Nunu and you. So why would she be expecting you? But Anna ends up saying and owning up to the sneak. Anna owned up to it. Nunu ends up saying, ain't nobody gonna get comfortable. I just don't want nobody getting comfortable thinking they're gonna sneak me. Like, as you should, Nunu. Tell them that. But Biggie's sitting there running her mouth in her confessionals. Summer and Dolly, they're asking if Nunu and Biggie gonna get in the field or whatever, and if Anna's gonna get in the field with Nunu. Nunu essentially is off of that with Anna, but she pretty much said her and Biggie can get their wins. I want you to, and I want you to do her in. But on the OG jet, Lex is fanned out about being on the jet. She was acting like it in the confessionals. But they get on the jet. Natalie is talking about how Biggie is embarrassed, Biggie embarrassed her in public, and she could never put her hands on Biggie, even though she wanted to smack the shit out of her. And Tasiki, y'all say she don't ever take up for Biggie, but she did. She said in her confessionals that she's not going to sympathize because Natalie did hurt her feelings as well. But Natalie ends up talking about how Lex got to join the ride because Anna wanted to ride with Biggie. Out of Natalie's words. But Natalie ends up asking what they're doing with Slim. And Rollie pretty much says she serves no purpose here and she needs to go. No more camera time for her. Next week looks good. I will say that. Dolly versus Paula. Looks like a tie again. I hope Paula does her big one. Slim versus Summer. Slim actually, this was Slim's best performance. Slim looked like she was getting Summer, and I'm glad she was. Nunu looked like she was getting Biggie. Slim versus Rollie. I want Slim to come out there with the dub, but we'll see. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you are new. Jump in the comments. I'll see y'all down there probably tomorrow. Not tonight. I'm going to bed. But tomorrow, as always, myself, Movie Band Legend, we will be live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come talk to us, and we'll see y'all then. Peace.